Arlotta Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. It's a sunny but chilly day. We've got the best of the West, that's Denver, against monsters of the Midwest, Notre Dame. Underway here from South Bend. Wing play critical. Travisano comes up with loose ball and finds Gleason on the far side. A positive start and a difference by Denver. Change of direction, backside feed, and Brian Willits opens the score. Willits from Wynn.
Mikey Wynn, the senior for Notre Dame. This is not what he is known for. He has 14 assists in his career. And right here he does the nice job isolating and finds Willits, who has the easy job. And right here you can see it's this hard plant Mats against the short stick, the nice backdoor cut, the perfect timing, in and out of his stick in the back of the net. Willits with the...
Be critical. I thought Notre Dame played well in that loss to Maryland, albeit face-off play and goaltending. Pioneers control the draw. Sean Mayle hounded by the lefty freshman Arden Cohen, now due to injury. Gleason wants his left, gets inside and finds the lower corner. Brendan Gleason unassisted.
Brendan Gleason with a kamikaze effort with the left-handed sweep, and what's key here is you're going to see him bend right here, take that step, get going north-south. And then again, when you're in that close, it's not about how hard you can shoot, it's how great it's your placement. And right there just looked a nice touch shot to the lower portion of the cage. Individual defenseman, can you get a step, can you not get a step? And then it makes the decision, are we going to be slid to quickly, or are they going to be slow to slide? And so again, you just want to make sure, can we get a step? If the defense is coming, you have to move the ball. Sometimes you may be the most valuable player on the field and not score a goal. If you can create defensive chaos, it helps your offense.
Here's our first look at this. Nice stick in the passing lane, though, by Denver. Puts this ball on the carpet. Gaines put that in his own net. Dylan Gaines shoveling the ball back to Alex Reddy. They don't connect, and an own goal from the Pioneers. An awful start.
And again, you talked about what can Notre Dame do to make up for the face-off deficiency. Well, it's Denver scores on themselves. That's a pretty good start.
Bill Tierney has seen enough. He calls an early timeout. Goals from Willits. Students here on spring break. But a nice crowd as Lacrosse has grown like wildfire here in this state of Indiana. Sexton, John Sexton, the senior from Massachusetts, with a first-time Baptiste on the field. They'll have an advantage right now, bottom of your screen. Drake! Shake and bake Drake finds the corner off the substitution game. What a rip.
And this goal all starts with John Sexton. The long stick actually playing a game of cat and mouse with Trevor Baptiste. He was able to get to the box and create an offensive advantage for Drake. Mikey Drake, the freshman, with his first goal of his career. And right here you can see the transition, him breaking out of the box and then just in and out, high to high. What a moment for the freshman.
First career goal, freshman out of Delaware, number 14 rated player in the IL Power 100. What's that feel like, Matt? And everybody's involved now for the Irish.
The Notre Dame goal, his first goal of his career.
Doing a good job on the wings as Baptiste cleanly wins that back to Sean Mayle and sends Danny Logan into the opposite motion. That's French far wing. Too easy for Drew Sapinski. Junior transfer from Johns Hopkins. Elevated into that first midfield line, and he's got 4 goals on the year.
And he's really coming into his own. And Right there, you can see the range. This is why he's one of the top, if not the top-rated midfielder coming out of high school. Had an injury at Johns Hopkins, found his way to Denver, and then again, just a nice 1-2 pass. And the key there is French identifying that Notre Dame's passing off defense.
Denver stops the Notre Dame onslaught halfway through this first quarter here in South Bend. Key matchup, two top 10 programs. Notre Dame has made it to 8 consecutive quarterfinals. Drake, the freshman, runs the show up top with Costabile and Wynn. Jacobois, Costabile. Hands free, turn and rake.
Notre Dame's man up. 37th in the country. Excuse me, 27th in the country from a percentage and putting the ball in the back of the net. But here again, just a nice job and right back to the passer. High to high. Alex Reddy not seeing the ball for Denver here early. And Notre Dame doing a good job getting their transition in college lacrosse. But sometimes it's even harder into your second year because now you're getting a pull. As a freshman, you're very rarely getting the #1 long stick for the other team. And
5-1 Golden Domers. Costabile looking for his second, straight over the top. Brian Costabile, right-handed, a sizzler.
We highlighted Brian Costabile in the open for a reason. The sophomore right here gets some momentum out of the box. A nice split dodge against the short stick off the pick. And then just the pinpoint accuracy. And for him, that high-to-high release on the run is so critical in there. Look at the shoulder turn, and all the power is coming from your torso and your hips.
Back and use the whole body. Great point, Matt. Travisano and Baptiste. Baptiste has got so many different exit points, is what makes him special. Finds his teammate Danny Logan, who's got good speed and runs to safety. Other Rice was the only one that was a program of national significance.
And I've done a lot of work with some of the youth programs out in Chicago, and the next wave is where you're really going to start seeing, I think, a lot more D1 players coming from that part of the country. There's one or two a year.
He's dangerous off that pick. Throwback for Donahue. Spins, and there's a second jersey in his face. Walker, pump and go. Count it. How about the control from Ethan Walker?
Ethan Walker, 72 points as a freshman. And right here, again, just a nice long possession. They finally get Notre Dame to slide, and it's his eyes up, the skip pass, and just look at the poise. Walker, the stick skills, the hands, the ability to work. The shot clock coming on isn't that big a deal for them because they've worked for that. They've had the defense out there, and then they drew a slide from Notre Dame. They won an individual matchup, and then you see their skill kind of just shine through because of that.
The face-off in the second half. Maryland won 10 of 11, and they didn't make a save. And you clean up those departments as Drake scores in the right-handed curl, and I think they're really good. I actually had more questions about Maryland out of that game than I had about Notre Dame.
They are, you know what you're going to get defensively. Notre Dame, they're just so well coached. The system's there. They know when to slide. Yes, you have a freshman goalie, but offensively, they're getting some players, some names that you don't know. Drake, if he can become a player that wins against that short stick matchup there, that makes them all that much better. And then, better Ryder Garnsey. I mean, Ryder Garnsey was their best player the last 2 years.
For Shorty.
He looks quick.
He and Byrne are two of the quicker initiators in the ACC from that midfield position. Krantz got his cross on it, and then he's got tripped up. And we're going to have a slow whistle right now. They're going to call a loose ball push against Denver. That's not going to go over well. Get things going. It's Gleason off the timeout. ISO! Turn the corner, take the extra step. Fadeaway by Gleason.
Brendan Gleason, the junior from Vermont, a left-handed player, and just look at the speed again. Notre Dame using the pick. The fact that he's able to get enough pace on that shot as all his momentum is taking him towards the sideline and the midfield line. Look at this, the fact that he can get that much on it towards the far post, impressive.
Gleason had, you feed me, you can back it up. Shots on goal now. Notre Dame an 11-4 advantage. And in the settled sets, this is as good as it gets for Notre Dame. 6'2", 205 from California. Leans in. Walker. Snipe. When he sets his feet, he's going to paint corners.
"11 seconds left. Ethan Walker with his 19th goal of the year. The fastest player to 100 points in program history with that rip. And just the placement to the far post. And why that one worked low to low is because he is known as someone that can change planes. So when he drops his stick, the goalie's
Culver, Indiana. Schooled in the indoor game as Baptiste wins this one out the front side with little time on the clock. Keelty. And that'll end things here in the first half. 7 of the last 9 in the series have been decided by a goal. Notre Dame comes out firing. As you said, Trevor Baptiste at 78% on the year. He's the best in the history of the college game. Travisano wins it out the front side and finds help in Sexton. Ranked as high as 2 in the country this year. Virtual lock for the NCAA tournament coming on later in the month of March. Meanwhile, Denver in the hunt too on the hockey side with Coach Montgomery. Here's Byrne, far side. Gleason switches to his left, puts it over Reddy's shoulder.
A hat trick for the junior. A predominantly left-handed player. And here it's Byrne, creates the slide, and now he throws it back up the wing. And typically you like to sweep away from where the dodger or the pass just came from. But Gleason saw that Pierre Byrne had created space, and then here switches to his strong hand to create angle.
Gleason had...
And it'll be interesting, Ryder Garnsey's more of the marquee name. Gleason kind of taking that left-handed spot. And so how are they going to integrate those two into the field?
It's a forever clamps scenario. Baptiste and Travisano in an arm wrestling match. Fans want action, refs want action. Communication critical here from winger to Fogo. Look at this. Look at these battering rams.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen that.
The longest face-off in NCAA history.
And the 50-50 ground ball coming up Notre Dame's way.
Irish bench jubilant. The recovery phase.
Without question, is the best in the country.
Yeah, why is their recovery phase so buttoned up so well?
It's their communication.
Walker, again, a low laser.
Their communication defensively, that play excluded, you can just see them. They're always communicating. They're always in the right spot. They know when they're supposed to show and recover. But Denver does a nice job creating offense. Rutan with the pass up top to Walker.
Walker now 5 games with hat tricks consecutively. Often you coach youth and high school players, don't lower your stick when you shoot. And typically he likes the elevator shot.
Learning the fundamentals of it, and then when you've practiced it a million times, you can start thinking about the other things and becoming that dynamic shooter.
Baptiste wins that one without a 30-second tussle. And now Krantz trying to pick his pocket.
His defense rotating.
Brendan Collins, senior out of Georgetown Prep. Inside to Willits. Nice stop by Reddy. Rebound. Gleason. Goal! Reddy flops, makes the stop. But rebound goals have been a big storyline.
But again, that was another textbook possession for Notre Dame. That you could tell that they had Denver's defense rotating. Now Collins has all the room in the world to dodge. The nice swim move, the good feed, Reddy with the stop, but Gleason right there, and all of Denver's attention is on the other side of the field. That's why that goal was pretty uncontested for a ground ball in the crease area by Gleason.
Gleason's got 4 goals today. He
The Notre Dame goal, his 4th of the game, scored number 9, Brendan Gleason, assistant.
Walker's eyes are up. French has got to be able to beat Phillips. He does, and buries the rock. The junior from California, Austin French. Danville lost his dad, Todd, when he was a senior in high school. He is quick versus a slippery approach. He's playing with a purpose. And he's got Denver now down by 5. Coach Tierney called French the key cog in this offense. Important goal.
Players like French, and they're going to need to use their pick game to get some of their quicker players matched up against short sticks so they can gain an advantage dodging.
Baptiste wins that draw. Notre Dame was out of their offensive restraining line too quick, and a sloppy pass. These kind of turnovers will kill you in a game like this. Males checked hard by Shantz. Great grounder on the far side. It has to be John Sexton. To Shantz! No one, I believe. They're shooting 41% on the season, but it's not a high volume attack. Sapinski's tied up. Spins and finds the far post. That was a dart. Drew Sapinski.
Sapinski's 2nd goal of the game, 5th of the season. Unassisted goals aren't that common for Denver, but today this is all they can get, and right there Sapinski gets his hands free only for a second. Now look at this placement. To the far post, bing, right off of it. No chance for Schmidt in the case.
He's a number 4 recruit in the country, an Under Armour All-American, a member of Team USA under 19. His first 8 games at Hopkins as a freshman, he was good. He had 8 goals and 4 assists, and then he got hurt. He was never the same. Decided to transfer, and now has played himself onto the first midfield line. Junior out of Pennsylvania. It's the best who has ever played the college game at that position. Former high school swimmer. Was a late recruit after nearly being plucked by Franklin and Marshall. And Terry Foyd inside Lacrosse has a great interview with against this set.
You can afford to be patient. You don't have to take the first one, but typically it's going to be off a couple, and now it's going to be a step down, and that's the shot you want.
Oh my gosh! Step down city. You called it. That's Walker, man. The same release, but he puts this one right in the corner.
And the key for man up is not necessarily who's cutting or what the set is, but it's getting the ball behind the cage and in front of the cage and making the defense expand and retract. And right there, Denver did a nice job. They moved the ball up the left side right here. Now through X, one more pass, and then you get Walker, your best shooter, low to high. He had been low, low, low all game, and then he just absolutely blazes that one to the upper portion.
The left-hander started on the far side of the formation. He comes near side, and look at this technique. I mean, there's so many similarities to hockey or golf in his release. Where does...
It's like a pitcher in baseball. When they're throwing that ball right before release, their shoulders are opposite the target.
Weight starts from the back. It finishes through the front.
And it's the things
your hips, your shoulders.
And it's everything working together. So if you're a shooter and you use mainly your arms.
Let's see if Walker wants a part of Phillips. He draws two. Rapid ball movement, a second flag. Rutan, rope. Flag down and the goal. Here they come.
A sloppy turnover for Notre Dame on their man up gives Denver possession. And it was a heck of a possession. Very patient. They got Ethan Walker, their best player, matched up against Phillips, the short stick. And there's that extra step. Rutan becoming a factor in this game, a good initiator. And right here, it's this extra step to the middle of the field. And then look at that last second. He hooks his body.
Baptiste adds to his...
Very similar set. Get the ball up top, rotate it behind the cage, have a couple cuts, and then attack the backside.
Sapinski's on the crease right now. That's Walker, hot hand. He's had his way with the freshman goalie. 5 for Walker. So what's it like to plant your feet on the wing, to be able to stare down the goalie and pick your spots?
Eye to the upper corner. That one was down low, and Schmidt giving up 9 goals and 4 saves. Tough day, but again, that's an uncontested shot against one of the best shooters in the country, who's just picking corners.
Don't look now, it's 10-9. Extra man goal by Walker. Still tons of time. We're just getting this thing started. 8 minutes to go. Denver's comeback fueled by their extra man, which is 3 for 3. 33 in white. Senior from Culver. Nice feed. Kick save and a beaut. Rebound, Gleason blocked. Costabile, net. They celebrate in South Bend off a flurry.
This possession all starts with Willett riding the ball back. First you don't succeed. Try again. Brian Costabile gets his 3rd of the game with the beautiful overhand stroke. And right here you can say Byrne creates the opportunity to win. Gleason, now Costabile with a hitch step, high to low. Big goal for Notre Dame, 11-9, 4 minutes left. I mean, the best series of college lacrosse
decided by a goal
last decade.
Meaningful games too. 2015 semifinals, an all-time classic. Baptiste and Travisano. Another long face-off.
Momentum of that shot.
So Notre Dame's short sticks, Drew Shantz, Carlson Milligan, and the Fighting Irish celebrate with their freshman goalie. Big win after last week's loss to Maryland. Notre Dame is a quality club this season, folks.
And they're only going to get better.